It is almost 2 p.m. on Monday, June 8th. I was going to record one yesterday, and I started saying too much personal shit. Basically, I ran into, I ran into somebody that I really didn't want to see the other night when I was out drinking, and I was talking about it, and I realized I don't really want to remember that. It was the person I've told you guys about probably a few times, like my old childhood friend of like 20 years that I just stopped talking to recently. I basically heard that he's hanging out with another friend of mine, saw the other friend, and then ended up seeing him pop at the place later. And I was like, oh shit, and I just walked away from it, and I was just, I don't like that I have to be stubborn in like cutting people out or keeping them out of my lives. Then the reason I have to do that is I'm the kind of person that lets people back in so easily, and I forgive so fucking easily, that if I don't, then I'm just not even taking advantage of it. It's just like, then my feelings don't matter. Like if he actually cared about me, then he would respect my feelings to not want to be around him, but he can't let it go. It's been like a year and a half. And he popped up and was trying to say hi to me, trying to be friends again. And I'm just like, part of me, it's like an ego booster. It's flattering because an ex-girlfriend of mine was doing this recently. Like, just couldn't let me go. Now, I'm flattered by that as far as, I thought this fucking bus was gonna hit me. I'm flattered by that as far as like, I was that important in somebody's life that they can't they just simply can't let me go. They can't. I've been there with other people, women or other friends or whatever the fuck, but I've had so many people that I was super close with, go in and out of my life, whether it's me or on them, and I'm just so conditioned to it. I was just thinking to myself earlier, I don't know if I'm meant to be close with anybody because I'm so conditioned to anybody that I'm close with, just like that falling apart or that falling through somehow. Besides my parents, that's it. Besides my parents and like my one childhood friend Joey from who I've known him as long as I've known this other person. We were all three of us like super best friends as children, and then you grow up and you just move on from that shit. And the other person that I'm talking about has not moved on from that is all. And a part of me feels bad, obviously. A part of me feels like, damn, it's fucked up how I feel like guilty for, trying to practice that self-love or preserve whatever, happiness. I like preserve myself for myself. It's a shame. It's weird how I feel guilty about that, and that it's like having this much of an effect on somebody else. But that's not my fucking problem. That's his problem. He can't move on. He can't let go. And I hate that it feels like now I can't move on. And is why I want to get the fuck out of here. Why I really want to like become super successful and leave Florida. Because I know, it's not that I know so many people down here. It's that like I have so many specific ties and connections of people down here that I just want a fresh start. I just want a hard reset on my life sometimes. And that's where I feel at, right? That's where I'm feeling at in my life right now. What fucking cunt. That scared me. Stupid windshield wipers. But yeah, now I'm just kind of, I feel like I was like really moving on and moving on from that, and then just seeing him for 2 seconds like brought all of that shit back, and that pisses me off. That's all. Pisses me off that like, my buddy that I went out with the other night too was like, oh, how does someone have this much power over you? It's not really that he has power over me. It's that I can't give him the opportunity to like change my mind, because he will cry and get upset and apologize and guilt me into being my friend again. And then it's just like so fucked up. Has anybody else ever been in this situation where like somebody just can't fucking move on, and you feel like that's just so unfair to me. It's so unfair to me that I'm trying to like, take care of myself finally, or just whatever, and then people like want to interrupt that. It's just that this is just interrupting the self-work that I'm doing, and it's annoying, and I hate it.
So it's just like fucking like Cheryl, fucking powerful as fuck. Little, you know what I'm saying?
Little lady.
At the same time, she's coming to buy.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, just wanna shoot the shit. But man, that shit's crazy. You look like it'll fly. So.
Should we add context? Should we give context?
Well, let's just finish from here, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So he looked at you and he was like, yeah, like
He thought he was
soprano.
Don Tomato.
Something, but again, at the same time, that's why you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
Context. What is it?
People saying racist
Bro,
all
Rob,
the time.
racist being comfortable with Rob for some
all the time. Please
Racist.
don't.
Yeah.
Like, and then just say a bunch of shit to him just
All the time.
just because.
All the
yeah.
time. Like out of nowhere too, and I'll be like, "Oh, nice to meet you, haha, yeah." And then they're just like racist comment. And I'm like, "Oh, like it just like it's the worst."
You know what is as crazy as it will sound, unless it's blatantly directed towards me as a black person, and even then, it's like, was that racist? Because I'm not gonna say that guy saying that about Arabs.
Yeah.
I would have heard that and I'd have been like, now I agree. However, I didn't hear that shit the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's blatantly racist, of course, but certain shit, I don't know, bro. I just think because I've been part of such a melting pot, maybe I have like blinders to it. But now, I think my radar's up because in the army, some shit'll fly.
Really?
Like, yeah, on some like funny shit or disrespectful in the same manner. People will just say
Super
whatever the fuck
unhinged,
it
just
is.
the, like super because everyone's probably thinking that they not like are gonna get killed in combat, but
Well,
like everyone's is it so fleeting as well? Like you spend, you know, limited. It's like it is like you're spending limited time with these people, and
yeah.
you know.
So it's kind of like this: if I'm a Cowboys fan and you're an Eagles fan, or you're a Cowboys fan, I'm an Eagles fan, the banter back and forth gets thicker the more I know you. So I got Filipino friends that at the time in the army, you say some wild shit just because he was small and it was appropriate for the context of our conversation.
Yeah.
However, for the context of humanity, it might have been fucking horrible.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just like,
It's the 90s and 2000s. A lot of that stuff was from a place of like, can I be comfortable enough to say? I mean, I remember thinking, I'm not like, you know, justifying anything at all, but from what I remember, it was like people said the N-word like so casually at that time. You know, white, black, whatever. It was like it was like I don't know. I was so young back then too that I don't. Maybe it's just racist. Maybe everyone was just racist as fuck.
yeah.
You know?
So you grew up here in Florida.
Yeah.
It's regular language here, right?
Sure.
In terms
South.
well, no, not necessarily, because I mean, you can go to cities here in Palm Beach County and the dialect is completely different, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if y'all, like, I got friends from Pahokee and Belglade, very educated, right, or do the same things that I do. However, their language is very different than you and I.
Yeah.
And I mean wildly different, like almost, again, that's all language. That's Palm Beach and that's New Orleans, right? Or Texas or New York. Everybody has different. But I mean, the N-word would be used regularly just in conversation amongst me, my brothers, my family. Still to this day, whatever. However, it being used affectionately, and it's hard to even say that because people are gonna be like, what do you mean affectionately? You know the history of that word? Yes, I understand the history of that word. Do you know what it is to be prototypically what that word used to represent? Not many people can say that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get deep or anything, but like, how dare anybody, white, black, whoever, tell me to or not to say that word if I choose to say that word? Because I am, and I'm not above or below anybody, but if we're gonna use that word for the way in which people were lynched on trees and tar and feathered and drugged down streets, and they said that's a N-word, that's a nigger.
Yeah.
It was usually a black dude. So you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, to now be told that I can or can't say it, I've been in handcuffs because I fit the description. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've
Right.
had the
Told me
cops.
to blame that shit.
Right. I've been, hey, there's a black guy walking down the street. You know what I'm saying?
They did
I've
that
been,
shit when you were taking pictures on the island too.
Bro,
You were taking pictures of that
the
tree.
night I-
Gee, yeah, you were telling us about that.
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah, bro,
Christ.
bro, I've been putting handcuffs right here on Clematis, and then like talking to the officers. Oh yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to get my IDs and everything, and then they say I got a military ID, and it's like, damn, bro, why didn't you say something? Bro, I don't have to tell you that to be treated like a human.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
But back to that word that we're talking about, that so many people
Yeah.
tell people that they can and can't use. Now again, I say this. Now, I'm moving around because it is something I am passionate about, but I will be like, man, and again, it's one of those words that you can't just say it just because.
saying.
Now some people will. I
Right.
feel like that's, you kind of just reckless with your words, which is more indicative of your personality
Yeah.
overall,
Yeah.
if you'll just throw it out there. Like I will, just in casual conversation, just throw it out. But just the same way like I said, I don't care if people understand, don't, whatever. I only say that because of
It's all in a matter of
Yeah.
usage.
right. But now I'm saying just the way you and Blaine got secret languages, y'all brothers, or you ever spoke like Pig Latin, or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever your native language is. It could be Hebrew.
Yeah.
If you can speak English, jump into Hebrew, and then speak English again, and not even think about it, I can use that word in that same way.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or Spanish or
It's
Russian.
it's
or
all in the
whatever.
context in which the
Exactly.
word is used.
Now,
Sure. Yeah.
yes, and that then becomes like, okay, so now what about, well, can this person say it? Can that person say it? I'm a patriot in the truest sense of the word,
Yeah.
right? You got freedom. Should you decide to go north on 995, you'll get to Maine, right? Now, I'm whatever you decide to do, whatever comes along with it, is what comes along with it.
Actions have consequences.
Actions have consequences. Now, does that mean if you drop it, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you? You know what I'm saying? Now, I may never. I'm not. Now listen, I'm being for real. Because look, you could, and again, this is what's expected. Because this is how. Because it should have happened like this. Let's.
I'm just picturing that in my head, how somebody casually dropping that, and you not even like blinking,
No,
and just
this-
slapping the shit out of
This is
them.
how it happens, though, right? Me and you were 8 years old, and we hanging out, we playing, and you mad at me, right?
Yeah. This. Yeah.
You
I know,
mad at me.
I kind of have an idea where you're going with that. Yeah.
And I'm like, shut your fat ass up. Right? It's even hard for me to say that.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think you fat. Nothing like that.
Package.
And then you say, shut up, nigga. And I haul off and slap the fuck out of you. Pow! The story, don't nobody care that you crossed the line that I read about in books, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The lineage of my grandma, my
Yeah.
family, the hurt, the pain that I really have no understanding of. You have clearly no understanding of.
Yeah.
And not knowing how to regulate. Why did that word? Because as an 8-year-old little boy, or even as a lot of grown people,
They heard it somewhere.
you've not even explored the territory of the pain of that.
Yeah.
So you reach out and do that. I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
So if you drop that, I ain't coming back in here. You drop it again, I might threaten you.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the fuck out of here because you say it again, I'm gonna slap the fuck out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what I meant before, as far as like that casual nature of it, I think is more so like what it was like. I guess in comedy and like
Now that's-
music, I guess, and so like what's crazy is that obviously we see now why it was so short lived and why, you know, your stories of Chappelle and certain people saying like, oh, like the way that they, you know, him and Aaron McGruder made Boondocks specifically, you know, the way that they approached, you know, that type of comedy was the worst kind of the worst, like the downside of doing that controversial approach to it is like the smart people get what you're doing and the dumb people like think that it's, you know, they don't get it at all. Like, if that makes sense. Like the pilot episode of Chappelle's show with the blind KK, you know, blind
Yes.
black KKK, for example. Like there are a lot of people that, you know, and just his very
Clayton Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby, yes. His both of those creator showrunners, you know, approach to like being very abrasive with it. The smart people got like what they were trying to say and kind of, you know, shining a light on something, and all of the racists were like, see, like that.
Yeah.
It like they didn't get, you know, like they let. That's
Right
what.
over their head.
That's what kills me about it is like all the people like that you know they completely misconstrued it or whatever you want to call it. And the other thing that I still feel like I'm trying to get past nowadays myself personally, man, is like how many other people I was around that were racist, and it was such a casual thing. Like my two like childhood friends, basically, both their both their parents, basically, like their moms and stepdads were both like pretty bad with that shit, and then like everyone that I met through them was really bad about that shit. Went to a poker game with one of them, and there was like everyone, like all older white dudes and my buddy, and then I was like literally just watching them play poker. I don't know why the fuck I was even there, honestly, but there was like a black guy playing with them. As soon as he left, like they all started like just dropping jokes and started saying shit. We're leaving, and I'm just like, the fuck are you like hanging out with people like that? But those guys are terrible. Those guys are racist as fuck. I was like saying, he's like, oh, they're just bored. I'm like, I literally said to him, like, I was like, don't make excuses for their like blatant racism though. It's like that's what bothers me so much about it is the how much I was around that, man. Not gonna lie, I was around a lot of like both sides. You know what I mean? I was and it's like just fucked. It's fucked.
I'd have this conversation with so many people. And again, so the word racism, let me preface that, right? Racism is white people don't like black people don't like, right? Now, we're being far more prejudiced than we're being racist. To be racist is to hold power over someone based on their race, right? So and that's the context in which it was always, but now we just say anything against somebody.
When in actuality, it's prejudice.
When in actuality, it's prejudice, exactly, right? So,
something not enough people bring up. By the way, I'm glad that you're making that point.
It's important because someone, I will say something and say, hey, that person was racist to me, right? And then I will do literally the same thing just for the sake of the argument. I will do the same thing and say, well, that's racist. It's like, nah, it was hella prejudice, but it isn't racist. It doesn't matter. Don't make an argument. Then okay, then you prejudice. Let's make the things the same. This is where I think this is how communities get fucked up, right? Because those police officers pulled me over, for example, and because of like racial bias or whatever. He may not have been racist, right? Now in that sense, that is people being racist,
right,
because and prejudice, but they happen to be white, who by the standard, it's kind of like the laws that, remember COVID, the Asian laws went through, like the anti-Asian laws. Like if you remember in New York, people were beating up Asian people.
Yeah.
And they did like legislation to say if you put your hands on another Asian person, you go into prison.
I forgot about that. Damn. Yeah.
That happened in a matter of months in New York City.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So now, is it appropriate? I think, yeah, if you put your hands on anybody based on their race.
Yeah.
However, We can look up right now blatant racist accounts of things that have happened and are happening to black people. And I'm not talking about the big major things. I'm talking about those police in Mississippi.
It's swept under the
that,
rug.
Yeah,
constantly.
that we can go in and
yeah.
look. How come legislation isn't being passed? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now, that's one of those kind of things. And now I'm not saying just because a white man did something to me and no. Now if we go to his Facebook page and what's the Chuck the Builder, and we see that he's kind of provoking this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You're on your own. So now I said all of that to say, I've been at black family functions, and I assume it happens at all family functions when there is an oddball person. It's only normal. If the dogs are in this room and there's one cat, the moment that cat's gone, the dog's talking about the cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
If there's a room full of men and then one woman's in there,
Yep.
somebody gonna be the perv. Somebody gonna check him, hopefully. But in a frat house, what that look like?
Yeah.
Right.
So I say all that to say, yeah, that's fucked up, but it's also, it's fucked up to do that, but it's fucked up to say that about Asian people, and it's fucked up to say about, but we've all, and okay, let me say this. I've had funny, haha, thought it was funny Asian jokes like that have gone around in my family for years. Like, hey, y'all know y'all can't, right? Whatever. But at the same time, like I said, I don't. It's not okay. It's never good. But I've just seen it from both ends. It gets a little bit extra heinous, from what I understand, when it's in that situation. Like I said, you guys are kids, and it's like blatant. Like, hey, this person, bad person, black guy. And like your kids are now growing up, and it's
Yeah.
But understand there's a place in our history that is also like that. So you're just bringing up bad parts of history.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's what we have to get out. We have to get out those things.
Well, as far as like those things being generational from like just since it's always been a thing in the past, you know.
Well, so when we say a thing, let's talk directly about it. It's always been propaganda.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
It's always been I'll spiral, fuck it. 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, what the fuck ever. You know what I'm saying? The story that we were told in school, which we all understand is not true, right?
Yeah, no, as far as like how ugly it actually was when he touched down on US when he was or you mean just
I'm
like
saying, like the New World was known about before he went. Now there was idiotic, really rich people who didn't believe what the fuck they had heard, but Africa had been circumnavigating the globe since forever, right? We know that. Like, we know there's ancient samurais that were black, from Japanese culture, way before Columbus, right? Same thing on the other side, like when Columbus, when they all said that when they all got here, it's documented, like basically big black people are here. Now, and again, not in the sense of obviously today, but there are black people here, period, right? When you do the numbers about the transatlantic slave trade, the numbers get real fucked up real quick. You start running out of bodies and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You start running out of
like the math
don't math.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? And again, you know there's parts of the Grand Canyon you can't go to? It's government property. Turn the fuck around or you'll be shot in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Parts of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Why?
Here we do. This is when we get into like government conspiracy, UFO.
Yeah.
Now,
if there wasn't so much corruption and so much shit that is kept a secret,
I'm gonna tell you shit that I know. The Army Corps of Engineers, right? Bad motherfuckers. They blow shit up. Now, I said all that to say, we all know they blow shit up, right? During America's beginning, And now, again, you know, I'm a service member. I'm just talking about the histories of what the fuck we did as Americans. Because I wear these proudly, and unfortunately, these have done things in countries that have been fucked up. I can't just say I've been a part of the good shit that I've been. Fuck that.
Right.
Don't give a fuck. You don't matter if you don't know them. Them your boys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's all messy, man.
parts of what they did as, and again, I'm not saying they, let's say we as Americans, because if I want to pay taxes, if I want all the freedoms and liberties, I gotta say we as Americans are a fucked up society and a racist and a bigot and a yada yada and all of those different things, right?
Right.
Top to bottom, from all angles. Because again, bro, especially right now, like these teen takeovers, bro.
That shit's insane, right?
But and again, taking accountability. Like I went to a predominantly black school, high school. There was a lot of really
Someone's pulling
good
up.
shit.
Should we wrap? We like this. I don't know how much battery I'll have left after this.
Oh,
but
yeah,
last thing we want to say before
thing.
this person, or we'll get it. We'll get it in a second.
I was like, come on, man, let him go. And I was like, all right, bro, and like shoved him down or whatever. But like, it's just like, I don't know. It's.
Yeah, context is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, man. I mean,
That's fucked up that he was. I caught that late, but yeah, someone was calling the fact that he was calling you.
Yeah, like all the time. It was like, oh, you're a Jew, call it the constant, every day for like a month. And then I was just like, fuck it, and put him in a headlock. And he started like flailing about and like choking or whatever. And then I shoved him on the ground and was like, fuck you, bro. And then like went home. But,
to the point, that's the same thing, right? Like, people don't understand how their words do have value,
yeah.
right? Sticks and stones, fuck that. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
And I, as a man in America, have not been taught how to handle those, right? And don't gotta be you, don't gotta be. I'm just saying. That's why I say I, as a man in America, we're not taught how to.
Yeah.
We're not even taught how to respect each other, let alone. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we are, but like for a kid to be willing to just say that.
Yeah.
Right? Now.
Because he heard it somewhere first.
He heard it somewhere, right? And
now you were saying, as far as how he was saying it, was it like oh yeah, like fuck you, you're like in that way?
Yeah,
like he wasn't just saying like as an objective thing.
No, like he was
not an observational
thing. Yeah, like it started out as like, oh, you're Jewish, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, Jew to me constantly.
My God.
And so that happened every day for like a month and a half. I'd get on the bus and he'd be like, look, it's the Jew, and like I finally like got tired of it and put him in a headlock. But like,
and see, now that's the thing. Like, you can't. I completely understand that, right? Now, people have historically been oppressed in that way, right? It's like, where does that come from? Where'd you learn that from?
Yeah.
Right? As a kid, like, where'd you...
6th grade, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I understand the importance now more so than, well, in the 7th grade, right? When we started learning about the Holocaust, right? But no one had to teach me about Rosa Parks and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's when I first. But we don't. I guess what I'm trying to say is we don't give people understandings about the true nature of how crazy.
Yeah, shit
all
really
this
was.
stuff is. Yeah, like right now.
Somebody else here.
The same way I knew about the struggles of the civil rights movement, right? Okay, my dad was born 1959. That was before black people had the right to drink out of the same water fountain. That's a strange fucking thing, bro.
That's
Yeah.
a
There's
crazy
not a-
thought.
Bro,
It is.
Right.
now listen to this though. If I saw a whites only water fountain or bathroom or whatever, I'd kick that shit over today. However, in 1959 I wouldn't. You can talk that hot shit if you want to. Your ass will be on that tree.
Yeah.
Now again, I'm with you, and it is like the shock value. Like, yeah, talk all that shit you want to, but for real, the reality of it. What thing could any person in America do today and get hung on a fucking tree? But that shit was regular.
Yeah.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Now, okay, in what circumstance should a person ever be put in a gas chamber? You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And those are the things, like, we have to be able to educate people on, hey, someone thought this shit was okay.
Yeah.
And while they thought it was okay, a lot of fucked up things happen. We can't do anything about that. A lot of...
But we can fix what we're going towards.
But, that's the cliche. I agree with you. But that's saying...
What you hope for.
Yeah, I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, is it one of those things? Will it ever be fixed?
Yeah.
Essential. I don't know. I don't know.
I believe. Okay, if you put on The Sims, eventually something gonna happen. You're gonna stop playing. But if you play it long enough, or Sim City, and you put it on hard mode, eventually your city is gonna get burnt down. Your sim is gonna die, whatever, right? Until you do everything the correct way and master it.
Yeah.
And then you can have your city run forever.
Yeah.
Typically, it's making sure, and I use the Sim City as the easy one. The most important thing is making sure you're financially able to do it. Right? Now, back to how civil rights and all of that. This is a good conversation, and remind me to bring it back to it, because I want real input from you, but I don't want to do it on camera.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. But this is good. We can keep going from here, though. Right here in West Palm Beach, when you go down Tamron and all of that, you know where that Tamron and Banyan is at?
Yeah.
All the way down through, and you know you can draw where the nice shit is, right? That was the red line. You know what redlining is? Redlining in Jim Crow South was, here's the map of Palm Beach, West Palm Beach. We're gonna literally draw red lines on this map, and that's the only place that black people can buy land.
Really?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, I think
Now,
you were
it's
telling us
no-
about this a while back, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe somebody
That's
else
fucking
was.
crazy.
Yeah.
all over America.
Yep.
So black people could only buy. Now there are other people that are included in that, but I'm just stating the true facts of,
Yeah.
right? Legally, if my dad was 21 in the year he was born, he could not buy anything. If he was 60, he couldn't buy anything outside of those red lines. Now, what does that do? America's 250 years old right now. So back then, what? They were 200 years old? A 200-year-old country that for 200 years people were able to buy and sell and buy and sell and flip and flip and flip and flip. It wasn't until the Emancipation Proclamation that black people even got free and were able to own something. Now again, at what point is it okay for anybody to own something right now? Today, never.
Yeah.
So back to The Sims is money. We need to figure out, and I don't think it's reparations, so I'm not saying that, but we do need to figure out how to distribute wealth way better. Now, wealth isn't money necessarily. It looks like, not luxury, it looks like abundance though, right?
Yeah.
Farms,
Yeah.
right?
Something of value that is owed.
Owed, and then I can make my own money and
Yeah.
change, right? So,
Right.
I mean, bro, the people who drive $1 billion cars, there's billions of dollars of cars right here, right?
Yeah.
On the dealership lots, not purchased.
Yeah.
But we have to do a good job of letting people say who they are and what they've gone through, and then saying, okay, what do you need to
How do we compensate this person?
Well, not even this person. And again, because that's why I said I don't believe in reparations. I know it's like, so what the fuck is it? No fucking body knows.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like this. We were earlier on why you can't go to the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah.
As we expanded west, that's military action, right? So there were military units that were clearing everything west. I'm just saying we got to understand everything, right? And conquering whoever it was that we were there, but we would like there are pyramids in Ohio.
Really?
There's ancient evidence of ancient civilizations in Ohio.
Really?
100%. Like there are evidences of
Is that why everyone's making that joke about like how those jokes about Ohio recently? As far as just like it's like some mysterious,
There's a lot of
like
fucked up shit about
crazy
it.
mysterious place. That's what I've heard. Is that it's got a lot of
Bro,
like. Yeah.
our country is rich in history, bro. Okay, the 49ers. When we finally got out west, right? Why do we call them 49ers? Because I guess it was 1849 or whatever the fuck it was. But what was it? It couldn't have been
I have no
1840.
idea.
Whatever it was, that's when they struck gold. But they're not saying where and what. Like the Grand Canyon was tons of gold all the way. Like it's wildly believed that those were like ancient artifacts that motherfuckers were just hacking. Give me this gold, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they were melting that shit down.
Yeah.
They were running across ancient artifacts, bro. But they were building the home of the free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know the fucking saying.
Yeah, did things did things develop like in the industrial era? Did things develop so quickly that like?
Now, don't get me wrong.
That we just just saying that they I think just bypassed a lot of these things without we're not bypassed, but like they were
I'm saying
so
our
caught up in
country-
what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I'm saying our country was like, hey, this is a new land. I don't give a damn what it is. Take it. If it's value, it's the same thing that every civilization did. We act like we as America have not been and done the same barbaric shit that every other conqueror has done. We're the fucking most powerful country to ever fucking live. We almost lit this bitch on fire for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
We almost lit this bitch on fire.
As far as what, Civil War?
No,
Maybe,
like so with the atom bomb, the first one, you know, one of the risks was like lighting the atmosphere on fire.
Yeah. They didn't know if it was going to be able to be contained.
Now
kind
it
of
was
thing.
possible.
Yeah.
Now people don't understand what that means. Like if that mushroom cloud on the pot, basically what was created going up, if they would have punctured the top of
The cloud.
the atmosphere, and it's like you let the vacuum of space in, if that makes sense.
Right,
makes sense?
like
They thought like it popped like a balloon.
piercing
Yeah, it would.
like piercing through it.
Technically, like as hard as it is to get a fucking rocket out of our atmosphere or anything to get in,
Yeah.
we essentially could build a bomb big enough to
Just vaporize all of it, kind of.
no, just to basically okay. So you got the Earth and then the atmosphere, right? And basically, what any bomb does is basically does this, right? So everything has to move. So what happens if you get all the way up? Now you've literally opened like now the vacuum of space into the Earth, but it would just fucking burn essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I said all that to say we way off track, but we're the most powerful
I'm into it,
fucking
though.
nation to ever fucking live, bro. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And at that time, we act like we got there just because. No, we pillaged and raped and had slaves and made people work for free.
Yeah.
Right? And took and drew lines
And
and
the
drew
Chinese
lines.
build the railroads.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Well, here we go. You know that, right? There were far more black unpaid slaves that built far more, and I'm not saying that to compete with.
No,
them.
yeah.
I'm not saying that to compete at all. But yes, Asians. Sorry. Because that's how it would come out. Chinese. Well, at the time, it was anyone of Asian descent.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It was anyone of Asian descent.
Yeah.
Just like going to World War II with the Japanese in concentration
Like
camps.
internment camps and shit.
We've done that kind of nasty shit in order to be pledge allegiance to the flag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've done fucked up shit. So we
Yeah.
just need to know that hey, along the way we fucked people over. Somehow
It's important that we keep history so people know of what we've done so we can just do better in the future.
I will say this one on record because I have respect I have respect, understanding for the plight of Jewish people because it's real.
Yeah.
But we have very strict laws as to what you can and can't do and say. There's the Anti-Defamation League, right? There's so many different, right? And respects too. We got the new Asian laws in the country and especially in New York City.
Yeah.
Right? we gotta figure out how we get some protections. I don't know. Like, and again, it could be. I think financially we need better opportunities.
Yeah.
Now I will say this: there's tons of opportunities. Everyone needs the opportunities, but I mean, as communities, there needs to be more access for me and you to say, hey, we need $40,000 to build a community center. Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm right.
We be fucking wrecking our brains. How we gonna get this money?
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I got the kids, and we know where the kids are.
Yeah.
That's
They're all over.
That's
They
the
just do
toughest
what
part,
kids
though,
like.
man. Is like obviously what many people love to bring up today is the, fact that a majority of the wealth is owned by like 10% of the country, or whatever. The majority of it is owned by a very small percentage of people compared to everyone. The main, just from a population standpoint, and it's just it's fucked. It's really fucked up. But like
I don't think that's a white and black thing, though, right? Like, they may happen to be white families.
That a lot of it is that it's just like I genuinely think a lot of it is just like what is inherited and what do people want to do with their inheritance, because it's like the fact that capitalism allowed people to there was not only no cap, or there was no ceiling for them, but they were able to. You have people like Ray Kroc, who made McDonald's what it is and just was able to like absolutely exploit that system that the McDonald's brothers created. And then that's why that movie The Founder is very interesting to me. It was like when I see these stories, it's like that's America. It's just people really wringing out as much as they can, as quickly as they can, and they're allowed to
Bring that shit out quick.
And that's the thing, is that there's nothing in the our country allows that, and I think it's a good and bad thing. I don't believe in communism, and I don't know I don't know enough about socialism to know if that would even work. The problem with these things, with things that on paper versus in reality, is just like human nature a lot of times ruins things. Whether I think just any form of modern currency is like
the cheapest.
It's just it is what it is. I don't know. It's a necessary evil.
The cheapest currency is words, because they are the easiest to counterfeit.
Oh shit, bro.
There you go, fortune cookie Yoda over here.
Yeah. We've been chatting about it for a while. Any last things you want to say before? Thanks so much for giving your thoughts on all
I'll tell
this,
you what.
Anthony.
I'll tell you one thing. Me and Ant here, we beat racism. He's gonna be so mad. We're gonna call him an Unapishki when he comes in. Look, here he comes here. Hey, Unapishki. Dude, we fucking got it.
Oh my god!
That my pants. You can tell it's my day off because I'm wearing breezy shorts. Whoa!
This is Blaine. This is the first video of Blaine's Only Shins account.
Look at these cunts wearing the same shoes.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Ron's here.
Yeah, I saw them.
Oh, we can leave those here, man. I'll probably take them tomorrow if we don't smoke the rest of them. But I'm not gonna want to smoke that strong sativa tonight. I'm good.
I fucked you up.
Thanks, friend.
You look normal.
That's a nice coworker right there. Someone who helps me clock out so I don't have to do it myself. Well, that was our work day. A lot of interesting conversations with Anthony and me and Rob just kind of passing the time. Yeah. Anything you want to say to end the vlog for today? Because I should end it here. I'm good.
Did you guys get the trash because it's Monday?
I took